Hey everyone! Did you know some Washington quarters could be worth thousands? Today, we're showing you 3 rare quarters that might be in your pocket right now. Stick around, you could have a valuable coin. Let's start with the 1988 D Washington quarter. At first, it might seem like just another regular coin from the late 80s. But guess what? Some of these coins have a special mistake that makes them very valuable. Some of the 1988 D quarters were made with a mistake on the mint mark. The mint mark is a small letter or symbol that shows where the coin was made. Normally, the mint mark on a coin looks like a clear D for Denver, but some of the 1988 D quarters have a mint mark that looks wrong. Instead of the clear D, it looks blurry, like a blob or shadow. This happens because of a problem with the die. The die is the tool used to stamp the designs, like the mint mark, onto the coin. When the die gets worn out or damaged, the stamp doesn't come out properly. So, instead of the clear D, you get a mark that looks like a blob or a shadow. Even though this might seem like a small mistake, it's actually a big deal to coin collectors. They think these kinds of mistakes are special, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for them. So, how much can these coins be worth? Well, it really depends on the mistake and how good the coin looks. If the coin is in really good shape, it will be worth more. Some of these rare 1988 D quarters with a filled-in mint mark can be worth anywhere from $300 to over $4,000. Now, let's talk about condition. The better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it is. If the coin looks almost brand new with no scratches or wear, it will be worth more. But even if the coin isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth more than a regular quarter. At first, it might be hard to see the difference between a regular 1988 D quarter and one with a filled-in mint mark. But if you look closely, you can see that the mint mark doesn't look right. Instead of being clear and easy to see, it will look blurry, faint, or even like a shadow. This is how you can tell if you have a special coin. Another thing to look at is the placement of the mint mark. Normally, the mint mark is right next to the word Liberty on the front of the coin. If the mint mark looks strange or not clear, it could be an error coin. Collectors are always looking for rare coins with mistakes like this. The filled-in mint mark makes the coin much more interesting to them, and they are willing to pay a lot of money to add one of these coins to their collection. Finding a 1988 D Washington quarter with a filled-in mint mark is rare, and it could be worth a lot more than you think. If you find one of these coins, it might be a good idea to get it appraised by an expert. They can tell you exactly how much it's worth. Coins like these might seem like a small mistake, but to collectors, they're a big deal. If you have one, you could have a hidden treasure in your pocket right now. Next, let's travel back to 1968. The Washington quarter from this year is special for a few reasons. First, it's important to know that the 1968 Washington quarter was made at the Philadelphia Mint. And guess what? In 1968, they didn't put a mint mark on coins made there. So, if you find a 1968 quarter without a mint mark, that's perfectly normal. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 1968 quarters have a mistake that makes them very valuable. These coins were struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years. Silver planchets are just the metal discs used to make coins. Normally, these leftover silver planchets were supposed to be melted down and recycled. But somehow, a few of them ended up being used to make new 1968 quarters. This mistake means the coin is made from silver, which makes it rare and special. These silver planchet error coins are very rare, and they can be worth a lot of money. If you have one in good condition, it could sell for as much as $9,000 at auction. Now, let's talk about another type of mistake. Some 1968 quarters have off-center strikes or double die errors. An off-center error happens when the coin isn't lined up properly when it's struck. This causes part of the design to be missing, and that makes the coin unique. Another common mistake on 1968 quarters is the double die error. This happens when the die that stamps the coin strikes it more than once. As a result, you see a doubled image of the design, like the date or the word Liberty. These double die coins are also highly valued by collectors. Both off-center errors and double die errors can be worth a lot of money too, depending on how rare and well-preserved they are. Typically, these error coins can be worth anywhere from $20 to $190. The value of these coins changes depending on how rare they are and how good their condition is. Coins with clearer errors and fewer scratches or wear will always be worth more. Collectors love finding these error coins because they're different from the regular coins everyone has. The more unusual the mistake, the more money people are willing to pay. If you have a 1968 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, a double die error, or a silver planchet, you might want to get it appraised. It could be worth a lot more than you think. Last but not least, let's talk about the 1997 D Washington quarter. Even though this coin looks like a regular, modern quarter, it has its own special story. In 1997, the Denver Mint made over 599 million Washington quarters. Most of these coins are still in circulation today and are worth just 25 cents, like any regular quarter. However, not all of the 1997 D quarters are the same. Some of them have a small mistake. Some quarters were struck with a die that had a crack or other tiny errors on it. The die is the tool that stamps the design onto the coin, and sometimes, a crack can form in it. When the die is used to strike the coin, the crack shows up on the coin as a small line or flaw. These die cracks are not huge mistakes, but they make the coin special. Because of these small errors, collectors are interested in finding them. Now, these error coins probably won't make you rich, but they can be worth more than a regular quarter. For example, a 1997 D quarter with a die crack might be worth a few dollars if it's in really good condition. How much the coin is worth really depends on how clear the error is and how good the coin looks. If the coin has a noticeable die crack and is in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, it will be worth more. If the coin has only a small or faint crack, it might not be worth as much, but it's still more valuable than a regular quarter. Collectors are always on the lookout for these small errors. So if you find a 1997 D quarter with a crack or other minor mistake, it might be worth getting it checked by a coin expert. Just because a coin looks modern, like the 1997 D quarter, doesn't mean it can't have value. Even small errors or mistakes can make a coin special and more valuable to collectors. Remember, most 1997 D quarters are worth only 25 cents. But if you have one with a noticeable error like a die crack, or it's in perfect, uncirculated condition, it could be worth more. And there you have it, 3 ultra-rare Washington quarters that could be worth big money. Remember, the key to finding valuable coins is paying attention to the details. So, next time you're going through your spare change, keep an eye out for these rare gems. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And as always, happy hunting.